12 seconds on the shot clock now for Ohio State. Miller directing traffic. Sheldon will try a three-pointer from the corner, and finally Ohio State is able to make it go down from downtown.
That trap now, Louisville becoming a little more aggressive, but look what it led to.
Quickness up the floor as Mikulashikova just misfires. Sheldon comes away with Johnson's mistake. Connecting with Juhas and an easy bucket.
Dribble at the head of the key, now driving right in the lane to Juhas, circling on the right side, out front for Sheldon. Trying to turn the corner, now steps back, fires a long two and hits.
I think Owusu sometimes penetrates too deep and then gets out of rhythm offensively, and that corner is open for the Buckeyes.
She was on the right side.
Right, with the shot clock winding down.
With the switch, there's going to be some mismatches.
What do we say about Ohio State's three-point shooting?
Right-hand side here held by Beasley, and she throws it away. Braxton Miller slowly brought it up. It's a long Jacy Sheldon three ball, right on the money. Jacy Sheldon gets the Buckeyes going.
Turn around for Sonano, not there. Kathleen Doyle leading the Iowa side with 9 points and another transition look, and they beat Iowa back as Coombs gets the bucket.
Yeah, beautiful pass here by Sheldon, just snaking it through the defenders on that backdoor cut. Beautiful bounce pass.
Don't have to take it all the way to the basket in transition. Transition buckets can be pull-ups too.
24-point advantage is the largest lead of the game as Jacy Sheldon takes it over the outstretched arms of Austin.
I think that, again, might have been a shot that was a little too early in the shot clock, just because they're trying to push that tempo.
Kirsten Bell, here's a good look at a three, and she drains it.
Allie Andrews for the Illini has the ball. Kristen Bell is guarding her. And there's a turnover from Allie Andrews trying to throw the ball to Jada Peebles. And a layup on the other end by Jacy Sheldon for the Buckeyes.
So she's done good work in the post as Bell able to poke that one away. Sheldon up ahead, 3-on-1 to Coombs, and Coombs finishes.
Aisha Wone with it, dishing it all the way across into the left corner for Jacy Sheldon, nails it from three.
Patberg around and out. Mikulashikova the rebound.
This zone has really been causing problems for the Hoosiers.
Sheldon for three. Splash! Jacy Sheldon puts Ohio State up by 5.
She drives, dumps it out to Sheldon. Juhas from downtown nails it from long range.
The zone defense at Rutgers is going to be very aggressive.
Jacy Sheldon hits a three to start it out, and Ohio State cashes in on its first possession.
Looking for their shot in that 10 to 15 foot space.
Sheldon flips up the runner.
Jacy Sheldon.
Purdue has done inconsistently today. Sheldon. Boy, she's got so much speed. The way she turns the corner in the lane like that.
What the top 2 or 3 scorers are going to do, but it's the other X-Factor players who step up their game and make a difference.
Oh, quick release and the quick transition, the finish there for Sheldon. Indiana advancing as well as 2 of the top 4 seeds, and then the evening session happened and won. Jacy Sheldon.
Just phenomenal right here. Great read behind the back dribble and all.
Brown spinning away from the double team. There was a triple team coming. Turns them over. Sheldon taking it all the way in for 2.
Yeah, the defense down inside on Brown. A triple team, and then Braxton Miller dug it out, and then the push and the finish.
Juhas comes up with the rebound. Juhas at 6'4", a sophomore from Hungary. And another 3 buried by Sheldon this time.
Jacy Sheldon for 3.
Jacy Sheldon for 3.
Creating the turnover. And she lost it a little bit and threw it away into the hands this time of Sheldon, who takes it the entire distance for the first 2 for Sheldon. Sheldon taking it inside. The little runner falls for Ohio State. It's a 10-point advantage.
You mentioned pace earlier, and something that Ohio State wants to do, get out on a run. Illinois does not want to make this a track meet.
And you can't lead Jacy Sheldon, one of the best shooters in the conference, open like that. Kevin McGuff's freshman class this year. Hutcherson, a local product out of Westerville, Ohio. And Sheldon lets it fly from deep, and she's warming up now.
Jacy Sheldon woke up and decided she was just going to go.
They get about 9 to 10 a game this year, and they're already at 5 makes in this game. And the runner falls for Sheldon.
Sheldon with it. Nice drive in the paint. A little jumper for Jacy Sheldon. She averages 18 a game for the Buckeyes.
An effective three-point shooter, and when you're a three-point shooter, you have to be able to add getting to the basket. And look at the handles from Sheldon. Nice finish off 1 foot right over the top of the rim in the lane.
And here's Sheldon for the lead. Ohio State back on top. Back and forth we go.
Not only is this a rivalry game, it's a top 25 matchup. Jacy Sheldon stepping up and making a big-time move.
I don't want to say obsessed, but so locked into trying to do one particular thing in the scouting report that you lose sight of all the other options you might have offensively, like that one right there. Jacy Sheldon turning the corner off the bounce. Jacy Sheldon, she's a coach's kid. Her dad, a D3 coach at Baldwin Wallace for a long time. He's the AD at Dublin Kaufman High School in Dublin, Ohio. Look at this, high off the...
Making it really hard to guard. When you're in that pack line trying to help somebody that's getting beat on a drive and your defender is not where they used to be.
For Sheldon. But how about this move, Kathleen? Turn around.
Morris will drive with 2 on the clock and loses it. Here's Poole trying to finish with momentum for Ohio State. Sheldon's layup rolls around and in. 20 minutes of action.
Well, I think Ohio State was tired of seeing Northwestern stealing and scoring and tried it themselves and got out just before the clock expires, out of her hands with .6 on the clock to close the first half.
Let's not underestimate the changes that you have to make as Ohio State on the break here, and Sheldon gets the easy 2.
Right, and when you have those games like that, it's not just the physical wares, but it's also the mental wares as well. Jacy Sheldon comes into this game leading Ohio State in scoring, and right here, she's just taking it right.
Jasmine Powell at the point with a right-hand dribble, beats it in front of the Buckeye coaching staff on the sideline, top side for Smith. Guarded by Miller in the pass into the lane, stolen by Sheldon. That was easy. She anticipated it, goes in from the right angle, and Sheldon lays it in. Misses the short-range jumper. Juhas the rebound, throws the outlet for Sheldon. She was cherry-picking down the floor on Powell, put it in. Bucket good, and a foul on...
Mikulashikova, defended by Stapleton. Cross-court pass all the way to the left. Here's a drive in. The layup is going to sneak through the Badgers defenders, and it's good for Jacy Sheldon, the leading scorer for Ohio State this season.
More right wing, quick trigger, long 3, no. Patty the Buckeye board, give it for Miller, throw a long pass, Sheldon caught it and laid it in right to the rim, and a bucket, and a foul called late on the Sheldon lay-in. She got pushed from behind by Janelle Grant.
Athletic department shut down in Ann Arbor for about 3 weeks last month. Been a lot of pauses around the country, as we know. And we had probably 4 or 5 Ohio State games, Kelsey Mitchell's final season. I think every one of those she went for like 40 plus. It just seemed like she was a one-woman wrecking crew.
One of the fastest-paced teams. How can they respond to a loss to Michigan? And how can they sustain this fast pace against a team like Penn State, who also can play fast, by the way?
Careless pass, and Jacy Sheldon Euro steps her way around Anna Camden for 2.
Especially when you have a player like Jacy Sheldon, who gets the steal, can finish on the other end, will make you pay. Buckeyes leading early.
5 seconds left, coughed up. Here's Sheldon, a deep heave. At the buzzer! Backs it in!
At the buzzer
fastest 6 points you've ever seen scored. Launches it from Southern Ohio on the logo. The sophomore cutting it to 3 as we head to halftime.
As a former coach, I love it. Every head coach out there would love to have somebody like Mac on their team.
I just love the nicknames. You got T-Baby, you got Zippy.
Shot clock winds down. Sheldon deep for 3, and that's good. Jacy Sheldon puts up the deep 3-pointer. The offensive fouls on both ways so far have not been excellent. A lot of turnovers on both sides. Hampton almost getting in there. Sheldon recovers.
Sheldon trying to work her way for her first points of the game, and that one to roll home.
Miller in the corner. Over to Sheldon, wide open. Got it.
Miller hobbled as the play continues along the baseline, and Craig has a layup. Cincinnati's found some success down low. Sheldon, +1.
22, Malaya Williams.
Heading to the line for 1, the freshman Craig.
And for the Buckeyes, Tania Beecham.
About to add to that lead. Couldn't believe it rimmed out. But Scott had too heavy of a pass. Sheldon gonna settle it for 3. Yes! Leftovers to be had. What a dominant opening 10 minutes from the Buckeyes. Sheldon canning the 3.
Mike's all good feet inside. Kulishikova loses track of it. She'll find Sheldon. Sheldon driving baseline, a nice floater in traffic. Jacy Sheldon showing off.
Trying to get back together as their schedule. They got a tough schedule this season.
Yeah, it's the first meeting all time between the two teams. Is Sheldon inside.
Ricky Harris coming in now to help out Ohio State in the press.
Hunt tries to bring it to the front court. Sheldon's there to make a play.
In the first quarter, and then a couple of subsequent runs from Indiana allowed them to keep the double-digit lead, and there is Jacy Sheldon right on cue to start the second half.
Sheldon drives. Look at that play.
White. Look at that. Knows exactly where she wants to do. Cut from.
Working off one another.
We usually see it going the other way, though, but I like that. Point forward, Naz Hillman. We'd love to see that, too. Watch right here. Naz Hillman is going to be the initiator on the offensive end with the sweet bounce pass in transition to Leah Brown. And on the other side, you have Jacy Sheldon knocking in a...
Miller, along with Odin. Beecham is able to snatch that one down. Sheldon, count it, and the foul.
Great pass. Jacy Sheldon drives, aggressive take. Brown.
Satterwhite now on the other wing. Tipped by Sheldon. She's got plenty of space on the fast break. Left-handed layup is good. And Ohio State out to a 4-point lead. Sheldon now working to get to the other side. She has 3 seconds, decides to take the fadeaway, and it rattles in just before the buzzer.
Parks looks like one of the best basketball players out on the floor, and she wasn't even a starter today.
Parks, he's a junior forward and 1.
It's probably just what Ohio State needed. Jacy Sheldon, one of the team leaders.
Sheldon the right-hand dribble. Sheldon looking to drive. Sheldon hop step lane, puts up a floater, good, and 1.
Oh.
A blocking foul called on Deja Winters. She was set. Oof, looking at the Jumbotron replats.
Jacy Sheldon yet to score, though she's coming off back-to-back 30-point games. She can dish it, too, as she does there to Mika Lashikova. Overall, her career, and she mentioned one of the things about when Maryland moved from the ACC to the Big Ten, she was devastated at first, and about a day later, she was thrilled. As great passing here for Ohio State.
It might be the splash triplets now that you have Harris coming in and shooting the way she has, already knocking down 2 in this game.
And how about Sheldon with the steal? Easy on the transition for the fast break opportunity.
And Iowa are the best offenses in the nation. Points per play, they're very efficient. Braxton Miller in the corner for 3, about midway through the 4th quarter.
That's when you know you have established yourself early in your post positioning and your seal. And even if another body is there, you're going to find a way to score it.
Mikulashikova forces a turnover, and here comes Sheldon. The bounce pass to Mike Sell is just in time.
Guard her, Mike. She's the best three-point shooter in the country. Murkowski putting up some big numbers, her fourth double-double tonight. She's got 19 and 14 here for Nebraska, and the three-point shot, that's the first three-point make of the fourth quarter for Ohio State. Nice behind the back move. Jacy Sheldon just inside. My eyes are playing tricks on me, Christy.
The top 5 teams in the Big Ten all separated by only a half a game. How incredible is that? As incredible as Jacy Sheldon on the feed from Mikulashikova.
She had 22 points, 11 boards the last time these two teams met, team high in both of those categories. And the last 4 games, she has just about that average as well.
Jacy Sheldon this time to the left hand.
Schrammick going inside. Pospisilova will go up with a shot off the glass. A little bit long. Rebound by Ohio State. Ohio State with a 3-on-2. Mike Sell goes to Sheldon. Sheldon goes up with the shots. And she will be fouled.
Overhead for Marisa, who lost the basketball. Miller for Sheldon. 1 on, no one.
In that transition offense, just excellent.
Coming into this game for Michigan State, but she has so much balance to her game. She's not just a three-point shooter. She scores on 3 levels.
How did Sheldon get that to fall?
Nia Clouden, who drains that triple. And then right here, the acrobat.
Boy, Taylor Mikesell just stood still and ripped it away. Look at the steps from Sheldon. In three-point percentage. They also can score in transition.
Well, good defense right there, leading to transition offense, and Jacy Sheldon, a heads-up play, switching.
She wanted to see how far Indiana could go. And now here we are in semifinal Saturday for Indiana. She just knocked in a huge shot.
Beautiful step back for Sheldon. Right inside, coming off a big game against Maryland.
She had 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting against Maryland yesterday.
Mikesell knocking down the 3, one of the best three-point shooters in the nation. That's her first.
And I think you're going to have a little bit of an adjustment because Tamari Key's not in the ballgame. She's the one who really drops off. Jasmine Franklin now can play Mikulashikova a little bit tighter, and that's what Ohio State wants to do. That's how you pick up that pace.
Coming the other way is Chamberlain with the ball. McNeese State trying to settle in here. Jacy Sheldon with the quick steal. She's going to take it all the way for an easy layup here.
With the bucket for Maryland. Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you. Jacy Sheldon showing you some of her stuff.
Her second game back for Felia. She missed 7 straight games the entire month of February. Theory with a rip away. It's a 2-on-1 break. Theory for 2.
And when you fly around like that defensively, it makes it difficult to scout because there are no rules. There are no rules, you're just going.
Jacy Sheldon falling away, off balance.
Look at Jacy Sheldon right there, reading the handoff action to perfection.
Jacy Sheldon getting the start here in the second half after coming off the bench to begin the game. Good pass inside.
Coming out of the halftime, only 5 guards on the floor, getting into the 2-man, good patience.
Lewis gets a fake on Parks. A little too weak on it. Starting the fast break. McMahon back inside again. She loves that area, Joey.
I bet they're hoping to see a little bit more of that as this quarter goes on.
McMahon looking like a cornerback out there with the interception. Outside, Sheldon for 3. Jacy Sheldon.
They just pick their way through it, and they've done a good job of finding the open person in the paint.
And taken away, Taylor able to finish it home.
10 points for Marisa now. She has nearly half of Penn State's points.
Parks recovers, puts it up off the backboard.
A little under halfway through the second quarter. Sheldon the drive and lays it up and in.
It seems that
Betts, hands on it with Sheldon taking it away. Now she's off and running 1-on-3. Sheldon, it didn't matter who was in front.
Big time defense right there. Staying loose is Mikulashikova inside, and then Jacy Sheldon off to the races, 1-on-3.
Quite a heat check as she goes for this one, Connor. She will go for it. What a way to end it for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
And it's been a great one for Jacy Sheldon, too, despite, of course, we're talking about Kylan McGuff and Kevin McGuff.
Celeste Taylor pushing, dishing. Taylor Ferry kicking it out. A great look for Sheldon, and she's got it. 42. 12 of their 19 third-quarter points coming.
13 points, 5 rebounds per game for the Buckeyes this year. Sheldon into the passing lane. And she's ahead of the pack for 2.
McMahon, last year's freshman of the year in the Big Ten, is Mikulashikova's 3 is offline. Sheldon, though, with a crafty finish.
McMahon sizing up. Joyner kicks it out to Sheldon. Feet behind the line, and she drains it.
And this was an excellent decision by Cody McMahon. Sometimes when your shot isn't falling or your offense is...
And she collides into McMahon. She has no fear about her body on the floor. Madison Green, an elegant move up the middle off the feet from Sheldon. State have to guard at various points on the floor, and then they came back to Caitlin Clark.
Once again, we're at a one-point game. Sheldon will try to extend the Ohio State lead.
At a one-point basketball game here.
Sheldon holding the follow through. That buries in. A couple early threes for Ohio State. It's part of their bread and butter.
Well, so dynamic, and it starts with attacking the paint here. Celeste Taylor doing a great.
These are names you're going to see in this building for a long time to come. Can they get the job done? Terry at the top. Sheldon, it's a deep 3. What a 3! The quarter ends, and with that, we get a quick replay.
You gotta love it, JJ. Jacy Sheldon.
Ohio State facing zone in back-to-back games as Porter loses it. She's in trouble from her stomach. The assist, and count it.
When you see 2 defenders versus 1, you've got to come back and help her. Come bring someone back to the ball. That's just leaving your point guard out.
In this building, 2 million viewers as well. One of the great games this season.
Absolutely, and when you have the awareness also.
Sophie Hart is working down low. Turnover, Minnesota. Celeste Taylor with the run out.
And Mikulashikova, Jacy Sheldon get on the floor, look up ahead to Celeste.
Against Minnesota, they just broke open in the third quarter. Relatively close game. Ended up winning by 24 on the inside.
Into Markowski. A wild shot. Mikulashikova standing her ground in the paint. Jacy Sheldon looking for a 3 and rattles it in for her first basket tonight. Sheldon going one-on-one, decides against shooting over 2. McMahon steps into it and drains the long 2.
Yeah, and let's keep in mind, this is the first time these Nebraska freshmen are playing against Ohio State as we look back at that kick opposite, 1 dribble pull-up for Cody McMahon.
Have to get a hand up in her face.
Turnover, Owusu may have taken a shot to the face. She's not making her way back. Numbers for Ohio State. How about the lob to Jacy Sheldon?
That's been more of the bread and butter. You haven't really thought of them as a 3-point shooting team this season overall. Jacy Sheldon speaking of getting to the bucket.
Number 1 in the conference in steals. I know we just saw on a block, but just proves what she's able to do defensively. Sheldon sets her feet. You can count that one.
Inside, Fury bottled up. Sheldon, quick release, and knocks it down. Jacy Sheldon.
4 minutes, and they're scoreless throughout right now. Sheldon, difficult shot off glass.
To the next play, can't do anything about pass plays. Speaking of pass plays, look at this pass play by Jacy Sheldon with the leaner.